people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine. Can y'all believe it? It's already day two. It's already day two. And listen, guys, you know, the weather outside is different, all depending on where you are. But please do me a favor and don't allow anything or anyone to steal your joy. You are blessed and highly favored, and you should be grateful for having been given another day. Is everything going the way you want it to go? Maybe not. But at the end of the day, you could say with confidence, I have an opportunity to begin again. And I'm still here, so I'm going to embrace that. I'm going to embrace today to the fullest. How many of you would say that with me this morning? I'm going to embrace today to the fullest. I'm going to embrace this month to the fullest. I'm going to embrace this season to the fullest. Somebody said, well, so much is not going the way you want it to go. Well, I'm here to tell you, no weapon formed against you shall prosper when you get your mind renewed. You work your life through a vision. You become informed with what it is you need to become informed about to ensure that you're not destroyed and you're not going through challenges because of ignorance. Okay? So I want to remind you, you were created to win. You've already won. You've already won. The fact that you got this morning and you showed up again in your right mind, somebody ought to declare, I'm in my right mind. I can still move around. Praise God. Hello? So I'm going to give you three practical things I want you to think about when it comes to writing your story. When you think about the story you tell yourself, where did it come from? Where did the story come from? Because a lot of us, what we don't realize is what we've been telling ourselves is how we've been living. And what you keep telling yourself is what you will keep doing. You will keep believing. You won't change. So you have to change the story you've been telling yourself and align it with the truth. The truth will set you free, but you have to study to show yourself approved. You have to lean in to a degree to get what you need to get so that God can be glorified. You were not placed here to fit in. You were placed here to stand out. You were not placed here to go from crisis to crisis, from issue to issue, from problems to problems. You were placed here to learn how to strategically add value wherever you are. The Bible tells us, whatever your hands find to do it with all your might. So with that said, you get up today and you tell yourself, whatever I've been called to do, I'm going to master. I'm going to do well. If you're a spouse, be the best spouse you can be. If you're a parent, be the best parent you can be. If you're an entrepreneur, be the best entrepreneur you can be. If you're a friend, be the best friend you can be. Come on, man. If as a Christian, as a believer, be the best believer that you can be. Whatever you put your hands to, do it with all your might. Give it your best effort. Now, here's the deal. Some people, best effort still sucks. In other words, they're just not good, but they did try their best. And that's the reason why I'm a big believer on learning, being a lifelong learner to ensure that, boy, Miller, I tried my best, but your best might have been weak. Your best might have been ill-informed. Your best might have been just passion without knowledge. Okay, just a drive without understanding. So there are a lot of people who are going hard at it. Boy, I'm going to really try to make some money. But you don't understand what you're doing. It's not helping you. You're just busy. You're just busy. And that's the reason why you have to learn how to assess and evaluate. And one of the things that I believe when it comes to creating a life you don't need a vacation from, you need to look at, why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I believing what I'm believing? Why do I find myself going around the same mountain, the same time of the year? And the truth is, this is not everybody's reality. This is not everybody's reality. God is not a respecter of person. If another person can overcome the same thing that you're struggling with, you can overcome it as well. But here's what you got to do. When it comes to your story, your narrative, the established belief system that you've been living from, I want you to go ahead and look into something. Write this down. I need to unpack the root of fear, worry, and doubt. I need to unpack the roots of fear, worry, and doubt in my life. I need to go ahead and see where they're coming from. Write those down. Where is fear coming from? Where is worry coming from? Where is doubt coming from? And they're siblings. You know, they're connected. They're connected, and they feed each other. They feed each other, and you want to go in there and you want to go ahead and identify, where is this coming from? Where did it come from? And so here's the deal. Fear, worry, and doubt often chokes our mind and hinder progress. You say, I want to live my best life, but you're not going to do that when you're wrestling with the level of fear, worry, and doubt that you're wrestling with. You have it at an exceptional high level. You're intelligent, but you're not maximizing your potential because of fear, maybe too much worry, or you just struggle with massive levels of doubt. Okay, understanding their origin can bring about a level of pathway that allows you to be able to navigate these days, weeks, and months ahead so much better. Okay, why am I so fearful? Why am I constantly worrying? What's up with the doubt? What's up with the doubt? Where did that come from? So here's the deal. Firstly, society conditioning instills fears of failure, rejection, inadequacies, fostering a sense of unworthiness. So a lot of times when we look at this whole concept of how fear is instilled in us, we start going into, boy, I don't want to be rejected. I don't feel adequate. I don't feel worthy. I don't feel worthy. Could that actually happen to me? Could I make that kind of money? Could I break that kind of stronghold? Oh man, no one in my family has ever done that before. What will people say? That's a big one. What will people say? I've been battling with that one even. What will people say? And I had to learn how to not allow that to become one of the things that I govern myself by. People are going to say something. The majority of people don't even know where they're going in life, and so they're distracted by judging people who are trying to find where they're going in life. So once you start figuring out what you want, guess what? All attention gets on you, all eyes on you, and then what they start doing is they start scrutinizing you only because they ain't got nothing else to do. People who are going somewhere, they have no time to be scrutinizing people who are going somewhere. It's the people who aren't going anywhere. Haters and trolls are people who ain't got nothing going on in their lives. Okay? Let me say it again. Haters and trolls are people who don't have anything going on in their lives. So what you got to do is you got to remind yourself, greater is he that is in me. God has not given me the spirit of fear. I inadequate? No. If God be for me, who can be against me? Whatever I put my hands to, I'm going to prosper. I'm going to study. I'm going to become informed to ensure that as I put my best foot forward, I'm going to be improving every day. I'm going to be improving every day. So secondly, past trauma has a tendency of causing a level of worry and bringing in a level of anxiety that really a lot of people baffle with. Oh my God, if you only knew what happened to me. That's where it really came from. Okay, so looking at trauma, looking at the seeds that have been sown in your life in regards to worry. Well, you know, if you lose your job, well, you know, if you go out of the country, well, you know, if you start that business, well, you know, if you can't afford to pay your mortgage, well, you know, well, wow. Well, you know, if I keep feeding that, I'll never get out of the boat. If I keep feeding that, I'll never write that book. If I never keep feeding that, I'll never raise my hand to fight that giant, David. If I don't pay attention to the fact that those thoughts oftentimes come as safeguards, but those safeguards oftentimes overtake us to a point where it paralyzes our potential. It hinders us from becoming our best self. I could have been so much more than who I am today if I had only get past anxiety and worry and this whole intense concern as to what if. And so you have to start looking at, where did that come from? There are people who teach things like a bird in the hand is better than 10 in the bush. A bird in the hand is better than 10 in the bush. People are like, oh my God, you know what you got, you ain't know what you're going to get. Stuff like that. You start feeding that stuff. Child, in these days, people are losing their jobs. And in these days, people are getting jobs. Boy, I wouldn't start. Businesses are closing every day. And businesses are starting every day. Yeah, I had a friend who wrote a book and nobody bought any. Yeah, but I had a friend who also became a bestseller. And everybody's bought their book. See? So watch what you've been saying. And that's why you have to be careful of who you've been hanging with. If you hang with a lot of people who are fearful, people who are worried about everything, and people who plant the seed of doubt in your head and in your heart, guess what? You're going to be limited. So last but not least, watch this. Comparison breeds doubt. Write that down. Comparison breeds doubt. As we measure our lives against different narratives, different people's levels, you're comparing your level 1 with someone's level 9. You're comparing your level 3 with somebody's level 10. Comparison has to be looked at. Okay? Forgetting our uniqueness on the journey and understanding that what I have to fight to get to the promised land in regards to my destiny, you may not have to fight. The challenges that I have to deal with on a daily basis to become who I was destined to be, you may not have to struggle with. That's the reason why we need to stay out of people's business. That's the reason why we need to pray for one another. That's the reason why we need to just encourage. Hey, brother, I see you trying to start that business. Yeah, hey, brother, I see you writing that book. Hey, brother, I noticed you went back to school. Hats off to you. Do you know how many people start writing a book and never finish? Do you know how many people start going to school to get a degree and never finish? Do you know how many people start the paperwork process for launching a business and never finish? Do you know how many people started the recording process to have music made or a video documentary made because they thought they could do this? Now, here's the deal. A lot of people can do it for someone else, but they struggle with doing it for themselves. So whenever you see somebody's trying, cheer them on. Win or lose, cheer them on. I want to be everybody's cheerleader when it comes to maximizing their potential. I want to see everybody living where they belong. There's a place where we all belong, where we shine best, and God is glorified. And I want to help people to get that. But there are so many people, they're just on the sideline, feeding doubt, feeding your worry, feeding your fears. So I'm here today to tell you, you've got to take a look into where did this come from and what's feeding it? What's feeding fear? What's feeding worry? What's feeding doubt when it comes to your story? Well, you don't understand. I hate snakes. You don't understand. I hate heights. You don't understand. I hate trying new food. You don't understand. I don't like talking to people. You don't understand. I'm not good with money. You don't understand. Everybody in my family is, once they turn 35, they turn sick. Their lives just messed up. Well, you don't understand, I can sing, but I can never sing in front of people. I can write, but I'll never write for anybody. Oh my goodness. I can critique, but I cannot do it to myself. I can critique others. Okay? I believe in everybody, Miller. I believe in everybody, but I don't believe in me. Where did that come from? Oh man, I'm faithful to my job, but I'm not faithful to my calling. I'm trying to help somebody today. I gotta go, but I want you to know you are loved. You are appreciated. And I'm cheering you on. Okay? I'm cheering you on. I pray that you'll be cheering me on too, because here's the deal. We're in this thing together. When it's all said and done, we want God to be glorified. Remember, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. The enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy, but God is for you. God is for you. And every day you just make an effort to put your best foot forward. Add value to the world. Somebody's not going to like how you show up, but don't worry about that. That's leading into the concern of worry. That's worrying about fear. That's doubting yourself, even at your core. You are better than what you have done already. Shake yourself off and tell yourself, I'm going to the next level. God bless you. We'll be back tomorrow talking and ending this series on writing our story. What story have you been writing? What story have you been telling yourself? Where did it come from when it comes to the fear? When it came from, when you look at worry, when you look at doubt? Think about it. Please do the work. It'll make a huge difference in your life if you could think this process through and do the work. God bless you. Bye-bye.